So after onboarding my first client, these are the first steps that I took to kickstart their online growth. With AI tools and smart, simple marketing, we built the foundation for my first ever client here in the city of Lahti with AI marketing plan. Hello, I'm Jan. I am an international business student here in Finland, and here I am trying to build my own business side by side my studies. So a little bit of context if you're new here. ArcInfini is a marketing company that I am trying to build here in the city of Lahti. The mission is to craft custom, hands-on marketing solutions for local businesses. So enough with the chatter. Let's dive right into the sauce. So at first, let's discuss the why. The problem. When I was researching for potential clients here in the city of Lahti, I observed a very crucial thing that most local businesses lack a structured plan. They spray tactics everywhere, all over the place. Just pray, and they pray if something sticks. If they don't, then they give up. So addressing this problem, I made my client a promise that we will lay down a foundation and then scale everything on top of it. And the outcome we are hoping for is consistent actions and measurable quick wins. Okay, let's go through it step by step. In that way, it will be easier for me to explain and easier for you guys to understand. So step one, or first action that I took, was to make a very baseline audit of their online presence. So in short, an audit is the condition and position of my client, how they're doing at present in their online spaces. For example, how they're doing on their website, social media, and other online channels where they are active. So after I got all the credentials to their social media platforms, Google My Business account, Google Analytics account, I went through every single one of them very thoroughly, and I tried to document as much data as possible from there. For example, from Google Analytics, I pulled all the data about their website traffic, how people reacts to their website, how long people stays on their website, which pages are the most engaging ones, things like that. I pulled all those data in form of CSV files. And I did the similar kind of things with the social media handles as well. So I went to each and every social media platform, logged into their backend and pulled all the data available, how people are engaging to their content, how people are reacting to their content, everything like that. After I had all the data collected in one place, that's where the fun begins. It was time for some AI magic. So like always, I fired up my old chatbot, ChatGPT, and I started with giving it some context about what we are doing and how my client is doing and what kind of business that my client has, everything like that. It was easier for me because I already made a custom project and a custom GPT tailored to my client's preferences with all my client's information. In that way, it was very easy and very efficient to ask the chatbot relevant questions and get really high quality answers. After that, I uploaded those data files one by one and started asking smart questions about the data. Once I had all the information, I piled all the information in a single document and boom, audit report was made in under 30 minutes. I did that part manually by myself, but I know if I ask the chatbot to do that for me, I'm 100% sure that it will do a really good job with that. But I am still learning the ropes. Let's see. We'll get there when we ask the chatbot for everything. I hope that day comes soon. So after that report was made, it was quite clear what's working, what's missing, and what are the high impact moves that we have to make as soon as possible to get the growth flywheel moving. After that, I sent that document, the audit report, to my client and asked him to go through it before our next meeting. In that way, both of us will be on the same page when we will be talking, and we will know exactly what to discuss about. Now let's move on to the next step. Step 2 is all about building the ICP. ICP stands for Ideal Customer Persona. So for every business, it's very crucial to have an ICP. Every business should know who they're targeting to and what's their ideal customer look like. But I can't do that alone by myself without asking my client, can I? No. So this was left for our meeting. Okay, so when I sat down with my client, I asked him very clearly that how do you want me to market your business? Simple as that, straightforward. At first, he was looking at me like with blank vision. That was quite hilarious. Then I also asked what is his vision of marketing and what kind of customers he sees in that vision of his. Quite clear questions, right? But his answers were something that I wasn't expecting. He said that they are doing quite well in terms of online sales, like online delivery through apps like Volt, Foodora here in Lahti. But his vision is to have more people walking into the restaurant. So it was quite clear for me. And from there, I asked him a few more questions about his ideal customers, and all those helped me to visualize an ICP. And that leads us to step 3. After having the clear concept about the ICP, it was pretty easy for me to map out a very simple content strategy for the initial days. Because their social media platforms was quite dead and there wasn't much content there. So the most viable step that should be taken by us is to create content and post regularly. And that was the idea that I went for. So the plan was quite simple. Plan and shoot content and make and post content regularly on social media platforms. And it's simple. Whenever we see something on social media which catches our eyes, we on an instant go and look it up on the internet. And that was my plan. By posting about what kind of food they make, how they prepare it in a very fun and very trendy kind of way. My vision was to make the posts like montages of every single food item that they prepare and then posting them on a regular basis and keeping an eye on their Google Analytics, how people are reacting to those on Google searches. That was my idea. For the very first week, the cadence was post every day, which was quite overwhelming for me, I must say. So I laid out the whole content strategy plan in front of my client, and that made him so excited. Everything until now was good, planned. Now let's talk about how I plan to track everything. And that leads us to step 4, tracking everything with the help of AI. So the plan is quite simple. My plan was the same as before when we did the audit for the client. So after posting for a specific amount of time and observing our audience foot traffic on our online platforms, I would pull all the data from those platforms and feed it to the AI and document everything and compare before and after. That was the plan that I was going for. So I would say I tried my very best to streamline everything in a very narrow narrative to my client. But at first, my client was very overwhelmed with my vision and what I am talking about. But once we clearly mapped out the audit, picked one persona, and set a very simple content rhythm, he felt clarity and excitement because the progress was visible. And that got me pumped up. Okay, now let's wrap it up and get a recap on everything that we discussed about today. So at first, I did a complete audit on my client's online presence. After that, we developed ICP, that is Ideal Customer Persona. Then we developed a very simple content strategy for initial days. And then we discussed about tracking our small wins with the help of AI. So this is it for this video. And in the next video, video, episode, whatever. So in the next episode, I will show you how we executed this plan and the first results we saw. If you like this video, you will like this video as well, where I showed how I onboarded this client. I recommend you go and check out this video. I look funny, but it's fun. Doing this is fun. Keeps me going. So this is it for today. I'll catch you people on the next one. Until then, peace.